Continuing in the listing of the Mitzvot, the commandments of the Rambam, Maimonides. This is the listing of the Mitzvot, part 3. This is part 3 of 3. We're up to Sofer Kinyan. He's listing the books that he makes and all the halachos. He already described that he listed all of his Mishnah Torah into 14 books. And in these 14 books, there's different sections of halachos, of the laws, and he's delineating that here. We're up to the book of acquisition of property called Sofer Kinyan. It consists of 5 halachot. They are in order: the laws governing sales, the laws governing the acquisition of property and presents, the laws governing relations with neighbors, the laws of agents and partners, the laws of slaves. Hilchot Mechira, the laws governing sales. They contain 4 mitzvot, 1 positive commandment and 3 negative commandments. They are the laws of sales and purchases: not to cheat a colleague in a business transaction, not to wrong a person with words, not to wrong a convert financially, not to wrong him with words. And next is the laws governing the acquisition of property and presents. Hilchot Zechia Umatana. The intent of these laws is to know how one acquires ownerless property and what legal acts are involved, the laws governing the giving and receiving of a present, which present does not represent a binding commitment and therefore must be returned to its owner, and which is binding and need not be returned. And next is the laws governing relations with neighbors, Hilchot Shchenim. The intent of these laws is to know how land is divided between partners, the measures each person must take to prevent damage to the other and their neighbors, and the laws governing a person's right to purchase property sold by his neighbor. Hilchot Shluchin V'Shutafin, the laws of agents and partners. The intent of these laws is to know the laws governing the activities of a person's agent, the laws governing partners and their application with regard to purchases, sales, losses, and profits. Hilchot Avadim, or the laws of slaves. They contain 13 mitzvot, 5 positive commandments, and 8 negative commandments. They are: 1, the laws governing the purchase of a Hebrew servant; 2, that he not be sold in the way a slave is sold, that he may not be made to perform rigorous work; not to allow a resident alien to make him perform rigorous work; not to make him perform servile tasks; to give him a separation gift when he is released, that he should not be released empty-handed; to redeem. There's 2 separate mitzvos. One is to give him a separation gift when he is released, and as a negative commandment is not to be released empty-handed. It looks like the same thing, but apparently they're broken into 2 categories. To redeem a Hebrew maidservant, to designate her as a bride, not to sell her, to work a Canaanite slave forever, until his master destroys one of his primary limbs. Okay? Not to return a slave who fled from the diaspora to Eretz Israel. Not to oppress the slave who has fled to us. I wonder why it says fled to us. Shelo lehonot eved zeh hanitzon eleinu. Fled to us. Fled away. It went to us. Okay. Thus, this book contains a total of 18 mitzvot, 6 positive commandments, and 12 negative commandments. Okay, Sefer Mishpatim, the book of judgments. It consists of 5 halachot. They are in order: the laws of employer-employee relations, the laws of borrowed and trusted objects, the laws of lenders and borrowers, the laws governing disputes between plaintiffs and defendants, the laws governing inheritances. Should we go for a few more? Or should we stop here? Okay, we'll stop here. We're holding by the laws of employee relations. Well, that will be part 4 of 3.